So we drafted it actually the MOU because it is all the mutual consent of two institutions. We finalized some of the main points which are contained in this MOU. So I think it would be definitely very helpful and beneficial for both of the institutions. The main point actually is to collaborate each other, because whatever their expertise are, we can benefit from their expertise, and whatever we offer here at IIFE, they can benefit from our services. So actually it would be a mutual understanding between these two institutions. For example, we have IIFE has the tradition of organizing global forum annually. So definitely they will be our strategic partner in that global conference, and similarly if they are looking at the conference, they are back in Germany, so they will invite us and they will definitely facilitate, and maybe they can also invite us as a guest speaker and so on. So the different activities in fact which we may say that these are of common interest to both of these institutions. We have actually drafted the final MOU. So one copy is definitely for you, just from you. So shall I sign?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you very much. We are here at UMT, and because it was just when we met, that was an informal meeting, and to find ways how we can collaborate. Each institution has strengths and weaknesses, and we have identified some of the areas. So this is a broad MOU, and we will strive to find other ways how we can collaborate. And I will keep in touch, and the team will keep in touch with the rest of the team at UMT. And we believe that, we pray that this our beginning should be fruitful, transparent, and for the further development of Islamic financial services industry. Not only in Pakistan, we will also find ways to work outside Pakistan as well.
He has contributed to the global initiatives for human capital development and organizational capacity building. Mr. Ishfaq has conducted a number of lectures and facilitated training programs for many Islamic institutions and companies on the topic of Islamic finance, banking, Islamic microfinance, Islamic insurance, and Islamic law. He is also certified trainer and trainer from Australian Centre for Education and Training, Melbourne, Australia. He has spoken on the topic of Islamic banking and finance at conferences in more than 25 countries worldwide. Mr. Ishfaq served as lecturer, scientific staff member of the Rhine-Wall University of Applied Sciences in Germany. Mr. Ishfaq is currently a visiting faculty member. We welcome you and your team on behalf of my respective dean, faculty members, and all of the students. Now I would like you to come up on stage and
Would it be good if we can introduce our organization, because then you can understand our organization more, and we can have a more
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I would like to show you a small 2-minute video clip which will provide much of the information about our organization, what we are doing. You have already my introduction. I'm not going to waste some time on that. What is the purpose of this seminar? The title of this seminar is Islamic FinTech. Why is it important for the Islamic financial services industry? Is there any opportunities in the Islamic financial services industry which we can learn? In this topic, primarily I will be covering first of all what is FinTech. Before that, we will discuss what is first of all disruption, because FinTech is very closely related with the disruption. Whether it's financial disruption, after defining that, we will move forward. Islamic FinTech, and why is it important to talk about, to work regarding Islamic FinTech, and how FinTech can help Islamic financial services industry for an inclusive and sustainable growth. So that is the broad agenda. Please keep in mind, it's a bit long presentation, but due to time constraints, we will be talking about 30 minutes, and then we will be having some questions from your side. Financial disruption. That means anything which happens in the routine, anything which changes the routine business or routine activity. For example, in case of financial services industry, new innovations could be named as financial disruption, because look, 10 years ago, there were not many people using smartphones, but nowadays almost everyone has access to smartphone. That means after the innovation in the area of smartphone, now we have that was a disruption in the smartphone industry. Innovation for the betterment. So disruption, financial disruption means those organizations or startups which are striving to produce and to deliver a new ways of doing business, whether it's online payment. So this is a form of financial disruption. And it is attached to the industry because many startups are coming. We will discuss how new technology startups are influencing overall the banking, because we are talking about Islamic finance and Islamic banking, how they are impacting Islamic banking and finance industry. We will talk about that. This financial disruption are financial technology, because if you look at what is financial technology, because FinTech is derived from a combination of two words, finance and technology. So this is the use of financial principles. If we call it Islamic finance, that means the use of Islamic instruments with the help of technology, that's known as FinTech. So I'm just giving you a broad definition of FinTech. And this is not something new. This innovation and development has been the long process. This is the fourth part what we are observing at the moment in the area of FinTech. There was also a question which I prepared. How many of you studied or having a good understanding of Industry 4.0? Industry 4.0. This is known as fourth industrial revolution in the name of or in the perspective of financial innovation. And there are some countries which are working very actively, for example, United States, Germany, and China. Primarily when we call it Industry 4.0, this is used in the area of manufacturing, but it is related with the FinTech, because this is all about technological innovations. So this is connected. That means we are entering now in the era of where internet things and other cyber physical systems will play their active role. Data analytics, we will be talking about how financial services industry can benefit from data analytics and make new products and target the new customer growth. The definition, as I just mentioned, the FinTech refers to the use of software and digital platforms to better serve the consumer. So that is the purpose, because if some people are not using technology, and with the help of technology you can access them and you can provide better services which makes their life easy and reduces the cost, that is the use of FinTech. A combination of Islamic finance principles, when we call it Islamic FinTech, so it is nothing use of Islamic finance principles in a Sharia compliant manner with the help of technology so this is known as Islamic FinTech. So this is what we are calling, by the end of 2025, most of businesses will be interconnected with the latest technologies. The human interference will be at very less level. So, for example, how many of us have imagined that there will be an online banking system, there will be smartphones, there will be ATM cards. This is For example, 50 years ago, there was no concept of having an ATM card and you go to United Kingdom, insert your ATM card and you can get the money even you're maintaining a bank account in your own country. So that was when we had this innovation, then there was a complete revolution in the area of banking industry. Similarly, now with the access of smartphone, you can access all your banking transactions, you can make payments. So this is what we are talking about FinTech. I have one question just to engage you, not to test your knowledge. You are very learned individual here. What do you think? What would be the most, the area which will be highly impacted by the FinTech? So, for example, we have in our financial services industry, there are many areas within the banking environment. It could be consumer banking, it could be asset management, it could be fund transfer, it could be, there are many other areas. So now you have a fairly good overview of FinTech and smartphone industry as well. How do you think which area of banking industry would be impacted by financial revolution, financial technological revolution? Just any guess? Consumer banking, absolutely. Any other area? Okay. According to a recent research conducted by PwC, 84% of the top executives, they interviewed more than 500 top banking executives and they asked the question, what you think in next 3 to 5 years, which area would be most impacted by the financial technology? And 80% of them, they answered the consumer banking, followed by 60% fund transfer. So these are two areas which are going to be very impacted. And I would like to quote one quotation from Bill Gates that and now what we are observing around us. So this is also financial revolution is taking place in Islamic finance industry as well. Not only Islamic finance, but other conventional finance industry as well. Okay. So I have a question: can Islamic banks ignore this phenomena, or they should also think and involve in this financial technological revolution?
Competing with conventional banking, so it's very important for them to become a part of financial technology. That's why.
To facilitate their customers.
They have to communicate more with their customers. So because already you have told that that you have discovered that 80% of consumer banking FinTech will engage. So it's important for them.
So anything which makes the life of people easy, that product will be prevailing in the market. So this was the case. So now we can ask, so there are more than further and why FinTech, because the title of our seminar is why it is important for Islamic financial services industry. Islamic finance, if we talk about finance and Islamic finance, it is also viewed as responsible finance, inclusive finance. And many organizations, including World Bank, United Nations, they are considering it a strategy with the help of technology to include those people which are not at the moment in the banking network. So that means inclusive growth as well. And many industry players as well as they are encouraging marketplace to invest in FinTech. For example, the central bank of Bahrain, they even stated that, I'm just quoting, stated that the FinTech is the next game changer. And if you look at the investments made in the area of FinTech, it's not very huge because this is a new phenomenon. Let me make one more clarity for your information. This is just a new technology or the new aspect of banking services, how we behave in our financial services world. So the rules and regulations and parameters, dynamics still need to be discussed, defined, regulated. So this is something new what we are talking about. So it's not in a saturation point, it's just a emerging point. That is why in 2013 only $4 billion investments were made in the area of FinTech and which increased up to $12 billion by the end of 2014. So fairly considerable increase. And why people are making investment? Because at the moment 1.9 billion people around the world, they are using smartphones. And they are targeting, if you are using a smartphone, that means it could be used as a potential tool to offer financial services so that you don't need to go to your financial institution. I will give just my one personal example. I have 2 banking relationships in Germany, and rather 3 now due to my company. And I hardly visited them physically. You can do everything online, and there is no check system. That means if you want to pay money, you can transfer online. Even you can fix your schedule and you can pay after 6 months. So just you need to put the date, which is known as appointment payments. And however, if you look at other countries, in recent months we had an experience. We opened our bank account, and every time bank is not offering any online payment system or any ATM card for a company. So I'm talking about the company account, bank account. So every time if you are receiving cash inflow, then you have to go to your bank, you have to deposit that check. But if you are going to pay some money, you have to give a check, and that person is going to withdraw the money. So this is how we need to define how, because this is the world of very fast world. Not everyone has so much time to go to in some rush hours and to do the banking. So if we have some financial technology and some other smartphones, apps and devices, we can use online banking tools which can save time, which can reduce costs, not only for the banks but for the consumer side as well. And according to the survey, 42% of world adult population are still underbanked. That means they are not having any banking accounts or bank relationship with consumers. Okay. Financial technology can be used as a tool for the financial inclusion, as I stated. So this is why it can be used. What are the benefits or what's going on? We need to look at some statistics. Okay. If you look at this slide, unfortunately it's not complete. Approximately 2 billion adults worldwide don't have basic bank accounts. And if you look at Southeast Asia, here is India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and we are having 626 million people, no bank account or no banking relationship. It's much more than that. And similarly, in other parts of the world, which is China, Indonesia, Bangladesh and Vietnam, still many substantial part of population are not using banking services, whether it's Islamic banking services or conventional banking services. So now we are just talking generally how many people are engaged with the financial services industry. And if you look at Southeast Asia, only 46% individuals are having banking relationships, which is considered very good. If you look at Islamic banking, or with the how many Muslims are engaged, or what are the barriers, research shows that religion is only 7% Muslims stated that religion is the main consideration not to have a banking relationship. That means their religious sensitivity is the main 7% only stated that. But most of the people said cost, distance is the reasons, and some other considerations behind not to having a banking relationship. That means still we can convince people to have Islamic banking accounts or to engage in Islamic banking and finance industry. Now, what are the different strategies how Islamic financial institutions can leverage the use of FinTech? And what's going on? I will be giving you some overview regarding strategies. Here we are at the moment we are dealing with 4 parties, with the 5 different organizations. Here we have microfinance. You cannot see, but I can explain. Here we have microfinance institutions like Grameen Bank or other microfinance organizations working around the world. Their operations are scaling up, so they are heavily involving in microfinance programs, and they are trying to reduce poverty. On the other hand side, here we have banks. They are downstreaming. Many banks, including Barclays and big banks, they are reducing their workforce. The reason is simple. I knew one person some time ago joined a bank in Dubai, and he was having a very good job there in an Islamic bank, but after some time, after 6 months, he was notified that your job is no more there because we have outsourced the operations of that department to some technological firm because they can produce and they can better offer those services which humans are giving. So that means that every time we are able to find a good role between those who have funds and then to the ultimate consumers, and they can channel it. The banks have the responsibility to screen and monitor all the application process. The firms which are offering Islamic FinTech services, their products should be similar and there is not lack of standardization, which is also one of the problems of Islamic financial services industry. So this is one important aspect. So what are the opportunities? They hire, they construct a new building, rent a building, or lease a building. There are many costs, but if you give them some education how to use these smartphones, and it could be a good option to transfer the money. Then we have electronic data, which I taught in the very beginning, which is known as data analytics. If you have a large number of consumer data, for example, what Facebook and other organizations using Google, they have our data, our preference, what we do, and what kind of research we do, search engines. Then they make analytics on the basis of that data, and their professionals also advise to compare products and services on the basis of consumer preferences. So the electronic data could be used to analyze the preferences of what kind of products could be designed and offered to consumers so that they can easily access them and they can easily use them. So there could be one opportunity in this area. Then there should be the role of government, because government can facilitate the use of technology through online or smartphones. How their Sharia compliance is. This is one of the challenges. So in this case, the central bank and the advisory board, or Sharia supervisory board, they need to play an important role, because at the moment, for example, in Pakistan or in most of the country, there are no regulations to offer products and services. So this is one important aspect. Another important aspect is data security. So we hear again and again data hacking, and if our data is stored on cloud computing and electronically, and how much is secured that data, and whether it could be compromised and not. So this is also a challenge for Islamic financial institutions. Then human capital provision. Whenever there is an innovation, we need to have professionals who can cope with that. They can provide their expert analysis, and so this is also a problem. How you are going to solve that in this group. This is also one challenge in the area of FinTech. So I would like to conclude due to time constraints. We can take, this is a very short discussion of a complex topic, and I hope you will understand this prevailing circumstances. We can take away that financial technology is a new phenomenon which recently started, and by the end of 2014 there was only 12 billion investments. At the moment in Malaysia there are several organizations which are working and they are providing Sharia compliant product and services. For example, Blossom Finance and some other organizations, investment accounts which are supported by the central bank workers. The challenges are data security, dispute resolution, legal challenges. So these are the challenges how we can do. Another important challenge is comparison between innovators and regulators. Because if I'm an innovator and I would like to have a freedom to offer products or design product and services in such a manner. On the other hand, the role of a regulator is to control and see what's going on. So this is also an era where we have to look how much freedom should we give to these young financial technological organizations to offer product and services. So this is one important challenge as well. So thank you very much for having a patience, and I'm now open to your questions. But please keep in mind we have on maximum 10 minutes, because I have to catch my next, I have to go Faisalabad and I have to be very hurried in this case. So you can ask any question, please.
I have a question for myself. That from you. Hi, Dick. And the other one, I'm technically Chief Scientific Officer in the nuclear technology. But I have one question which I have in my mind, and I think it should arise in your mind as well. Do we Muslims and Pakistanis, will we remain always the end users of the technology produced by the West? Will we remain the end users of the technology produced by the West? We don't have brains. We can't produce our technologies. Why this intellectual slavery? Why? We have no innovative ideas. We are just using the technology produced by the West. And they produces, yes, nothing is neutral value in this world. I repeat, nothing is neutral value in the knowledge. West is producing technology.
Okay, that's very, a very good suggestion and very good thought for food, and so that we can think and can find how Islamic Ummah or Muslim Ummah can innovate something, because Professor, Dr. He's absolutely right, we need to do something as well. So we should think over, yes.
Actually, I want to add something in Pakistan. Most of the banks, Islamic banks, they are using the same systems like the conventions are already used. What we are doing is we're just making some patches of convention system and try to make that system to be Islamic and working on it. So I want to ask one thing, that what do you have for what the Amanah Institute have for banks, internally software for banks? You are mentioning this is internet banking and this is for the customer point of view. But in Pakistan, there is a huge gap for especially for the Islamic banking industry, because we are still working on the convention system, and as you are aware that the nomenclature of Islamic banking is like many banking is totally different. So you can work on that project and you can be more.
Okay, thank you very much for a good question. His question is what kind of innovation we can bring for the banks, especially in Pakistan, because they are following the rules, the conventional banking sector. Let me make it very clear. We are a capacity building organization. We provide advisory and consulting to Islamic banks as well. What we can do, or what we are doing, we can make them aware because we are also known as a financial intelligence house. We think, we study, we analyze, we do survey, and what is coming next. For example, this FinTech, and I'm taking this proud. Some people sitting here, they know that I believe there are not many organizations. I'm not just buttering myself, but we took this initiative on the platform of Amanah, and we thought, okay, what is FinTech, especially FinTech, and what conventional banks are doing, or what is going on in the West, and how we can link with Islamic banks, because technology is the same, and if you offer the product and services in a Sharia compliant manner, and then it is just the Islamic FinTech. So we designed this global awareness initiative for 2017, and we conducted an international workshop at a very good scale on 21st of March during the 5th Global Forum of COMSET in Perth Continental Hall, because we were partners and we specially designed that, and that is why we are here. And day after tomorrow, I'm having a session with the senior vice presidents at Bank Al-Flah Islamic Banking Division, and we will be thinking how we can leverage this, and whether we can connect the banking sector in Pakistan, or banking some of the banks with those organizations which are working. So that is on our agenda. But primarily, we are capacity building education organization where do provide advisory, research and development, and we are also conducting research in this area. So the surveys which you had initially at the start of this, that was just to collect some intelligence how our young professionals, researchers are thinking in our academic institutions as well as in our banking environment about FinTech, what is their knowledge and what are their, how they are going to perceive it. Apart from that, you are very smart and you can just, during my talk in next 5 minutes, you can search. We are the only one organization at the moment which has designed 3-month dedicated Islamic FinTech online study program. We cannot offer it on physical due to some constraints, but we are having partnership with UMT, and if there will be possibility, we would love to have a 5-day or 10-day physical on the ground dedicated training program or study program. So we are playing our small minor role and hope things will be better and other organizations will also come up and we will try to strive and play an important role for the better and inclusive growth for the global Islamic financial services industry. Thank you. Any other question? Okay, that's really very quick. So I would like to thank everyone, especially the faculty members and the students who came, and it's always pleasure to talk, and I love to talk and give some trainings, and that's my passion and in my blood. And hope to see you next time. And we are always just to end it. We are always looking dynamic, proactive, and energetic people. And we have 3 programs. One is a volunteer program. If you just would like to pass our information to other people or attend any program, you can register with us. There are some benefits. For example, if you work little work, that's not, for example, 10 hours a day. It might be 2-3 hours or 1 hour a week or something like that. You will have some other benefits. For example, good recommendation letter or attend our free of cost our workshops or training, something like that. Another option is internship. If you would like to do some internship in the area of research and development, or if you have any innovative idea in the area of the research, you have some topic and you think that this would be the important for the promotion, for the growth of Islamic banking industry, you can feel free and you can contact us. There are our email and contact details. And then we have our job program as well. We fairly have hired our Pakistani team, but there are always opportunities. You can contact us and you can send us your CV. But please keep in mind, if we need you, it does not mean that you are less qualified, but it's always strategically locate which person should be at which place, or do you have already that person, but it will be added in our database, and whenever we need, we will contact you. So we will not reply you when you send, due to time constraints and due to but we would love to have some young blood in our team. And
I would just add one point over here. Like you have just offered to the students that you can also offer internship or jobs. That we have just today signed MOU with Amanah Institute. Okay? So then both institutes can benefit from each other, because he says कि alright, okay, jobs can be also offered, internship can be also offered. So if we get information through maybe mail or through your website, so then we can pass on that information to our students, and those who will be interested, they can definitely directly apply for those positions.
Whenever we will announce new position, so this volunteer program or internship program is ongoing. Somebody can send, and if sometimes you need to find somebody fairly quickly, so we can just have a look, or we can just, for example, during last weeks we talked with many people in different organizations, and I said only one thing, that we will keep in touch in our mind, but we are not promising. For example, there is a culture that if I'm here, I will have 100 promises, and then after going back to Germany, I will not attend even a phone call or email. So we fairly don't do that, because this is against Islamic ethics, because we are doing Islamic banking and finance. So, but we will keep in mind, and they can we can pass information as well. So that's sure, of course, we will do that. So it depends how you are going to move your team and what kind of, there are sometimes positions are not fixed, they are on freelance basis, if there is some training and you are sitting far away, or there is some research activity, so there's a very open European model, because you can even home office. So some part of my job, when I was doing a full-time job, I did my home job. So I was sitting at my laptop doing some research, or so this is something what we are doing. Of course, we will keep in mind that.
एक्सचेंज कर लें, करनी करा एक्सचेंज कर लें.
Thank you so much.
It's a great occasion that two institutes of Islamic Banking and Amanah Institute of Islamic Finance have signed MOU. Islamic banking and finance, this is a very emerging field and it is very nascent area. So I hope so that with this collaboration, both of these institutes will benefit from each other. Our students will benefit from each other in terms of seminars, in terms of conferences, and in terms of any courses which could be offered maybe online. So we hope so that this MOU between these two institutes that will definitely reap the benefits in near future.